Hi, I'm Lee Rogers, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So glad to have you revisit. And if you could please, or maybe this is your first time, so maybe it's your first time. Either way, I'm so happy to have you here. So if you could please like and subscribe, I would be so delighted. And I want you to be able to be notified when I post new videos and when I'm talking about one of my favorite topics, which is personal branding and talking about the mindsets sometimes that is needed around personal branding. And today I am going to talk about the differences between self sabotage and self trust. Because oftentimes we do not really put ourselves out there and work on our personal brands because we have lots of fears, we have hangups, we're not trusting ourselves, and we will self sabotage and not even realize that we're doing it. So, we're going to dive into that topic today. And again, I just want to remind you all to make sure you like and subscribe and share this with someone. Okay, I'm getting my notes ready. And here we go. All right, so first of all, let's define and talk about what self sabotage looks like and also self trust. So, number one, self sabotage is when we are shrinking, we're creating things to delay, to stop momentum, to overthink things so that we don't have to do it, or it's too late to do it. It is also when we play small. So think about times when you've done that and what that looks like. And so some of the examples, and I talk about this in my book, Out of the Shadows and Into Your Light. Be sure to go on Amazon, click on the link below, and make sure you order that. And I'm gonna just sit this right here in case you guys want to be reminded to get the book. But I talk about self sabotage a lot in the book because some of the things that keep us, again, from really working on our brands and moving forward within self sabotage, I'm going to name them. And as I'm naming them, I want you to really think about, do any of these apply to me? Because when we talk about moving out of self sabotage, one of the first things that you need to do is identify where you may be self sabotaging. So I'm just going to name five of them. And there are many. So, but this will get you thinking. And I want you to really think about where this may be applicable for you. So, number one is perfectionism. Now, we always like to talk about perfectionism almost like a badge of honor, something that we're happy about. But perfectionism can actually be a form of self sabotage where you continue to work on something so much, a project, a document, your bio, your headshot, whatever it is, the website, you work on it so much that it never gets released. It never moves forward. It delays, it creates more problems instead of trusting that sometimes the enemy of, what is it? The enemy of good is perfection. Think that's what it is. But perfection can slow us down and it's a form of self sabotage. So waiting until something is perfect before sharing it can really slow you down. Number two, with when it comes to behaviors around self sabotage, is comparison. Comparison, as we already know, it is number one, the thief of joy. So, comparison is something that can just sap our energy, keep us from living our best lives, showing up the way we should. And it's also measuring our light, our journey, our pace against others, and not paying attention to your own progress. So, comparison can definitely be a form of self sabotage. The other thing is number three is silence. Yes, silence and not advocating for yourself is a form of self sabotage. Not speaking up in meetings, not putting yourself out there for opportunities. And you do that a lot of times to protect yourself, but really you're hurting yourself. So, not speaking, silence can be a form of self sabotage. Number two is overcommitment. Now, that is where I had to raise my hand. I know that that is a way that I often will self sabotage because I will sometimes say yes to so much that then it's like I don't have time or energy to work on or be present for things that are really important to me and to my future, to my goals. So pay attention to if all of your yeses are really setting you up for failure. So, overcommitment can do that. And the final way that I'll talk about today, but I want you to think about your own as well, of a form of a behavior around self sabotage is fear of visibility. So, hiding your gifts because you don't want to be seen as being too much, extra, the center of attention, all of that. Have you ever done that? Have you ever played small, backed up, didn't share your gifts and what you were good at and everything because you didn't want to be seen as being too much? So, again, a form of self sabotage. Now, this is about self sabotage versus self trust. So, what does self trust look like? Self trust, and this is where we want to operate, this is where we want to live. It is believing in your voice, acting even without full clarity, and honoring your intuition. And I love that. I love the thought of honoring your intuition. So, what does the behavior of self trust look like? Well, number one, it is acting before you feel ready. Now, I didn't say acting before you are ready because that's legit. You may not be ready and you have to honor your intuition and say, okay, I'm not ready. But acting before you feel ready. If you're too in your emotions, and there's a difference between intuition and emotions. If you're too into your head and your emotions and like, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I need to go back to school, all those things, and you're not acting out, you're not trusting the process. You're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your gifts. You're not trusting honestly what God may have in store for you. So it's okay to act before you feel ready. We're not going to wait on our feelings. We are going to move forward. Number two is naming and owning your voice. If you are quirky, if you're an introvert, if you're an extrovert, if you are outspoken or whatever that main character energy, that characteristic that kind of defines your personality, your voice, how you show up, don't try to change it. You are that for a reason. So own it and name it and lean into it. And that is trusting that you are enough for whatever journey and wherever the roads take you. So, naming and owning your voice. Number three, setting boundaries that protect your shine. Now, you know, I'm always going to talk about shine. So, are you setting boundaries that protect your energy, protect your brand, protect your goals, protect where you want to go, protect your journey? Sometimes we don't. A lot of times because we don't know, we don't see the vision, we don't have a vision for our lives. And so we don't even know what we're protecting. So make sure you have a vision for your life. You know where you want to go, how you want to go, all of the things. And then how do you protect it? That may mean I don't watch certain things. I don't listen to certain things. I'm more selective about my environment, my tribe, where I go, how I spend a lot of my time. Again, what I read, what I listen to, all of the things, right? So protect your energy and set boundaries and honor them. That is a form of self trust. And then also, number four is celebrating progress, not perfection. So, this video is not going to be perfect. There are going to be several mistakes, but I am going to celebrate it because I am telling myself until the end of the year, I want to post 2 to 3 videos a week on my YouTube channel. So, I have a lot of other things on my plate today, but I am making time for this. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time editing it and staying in that perfectionism swirl. I'm going to get it out and trust that it's going to do what it needs to do. So that again is a form, and I'm going to celebrate that. That's a form of celebrating progress and not perfection. And I'm moving forward. Next is aligning with your values and not chasing approval. Mm, that can be a hard one. But what are your values? And when you operate in self trust, you are going to align with those values and not wait on the approval of other people. So think about your behavior now. Think about things that you're doing. Are you chasing approval? Are you doing it to hear the applause? Or does it really and truly align with your values? So just wanted to spend some time on the differences between self sabotage and self trust. I want to just spend 1 or 2 more minutes on the cost of self sabotage, just in case you're not convinced that you need to spend any time or do anything around not operating and living in self sabotage. When we don't deal with our self sabotage, we have missed opportunities. Others are passing us by. We have goals, we have things we want to do, and we are just letting them sit and we're missing wonderful opportunities. We don't want to live like that. Number two is it reinforces our doubts. Every time we hold back, we confirm the lie that's playing in our head. We confirm a lie that we're not ready. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself, whatever it is that is keeping you from showing up fully and living your best life, every time you do the self sabotage dance and you move or not act or sit or don't want to be visible, whatever, you're reconfirming the lie, the narrative in your head. So we don't want to do that either. And then finally, the cost of self sabotage is that we lack momentum. Brands grow, people grow, goals move forward through consistency. Consistency is always the cheat code. So when we have consistent action and we're not waiting, things move forward. Momentum is everything. So self sabotage stops momentum. Remember that. So, those are a few things around self trust and self sabotage. I hope these things were helpful to you and you really think about where you're operating, where you could improve and move forward more so that you can shine, because shining is a necessity. All right. Well, thank you so much. Make sure, as I mentioned before, that you like, subscribe, and of course, share this. And if you want to check out my book, Out of the Shadows and Into Your Light, be sure to look this up on Amazon, or I'm going to put the link below, and you order it and let me know how you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you. Make sure you leave some comments below and preparing for the next video. Have a good one.